What's happening? Hawkeye's Tales and Trails is all about riding along with Hawkeye and Jeannie on their journey, visiting cities, communities, towns, villages, campgrounds, hot springs, some nudist resorts, and yes, they really have been to Timbuktu and some other places of interest to determine what is really going on during the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic. Hawkeye and Jeannie are a couple of who are? Well, I have not figured out what they are really doing yet, other than they are southbound along the Pacific coast. I know that they are still having fun, then they report back to you with these videos. That is what is going on. Okay? Here is Hawkeye with a story about Oregon license plates.
I have heard that about half the people in Oregon are from California. This might be true, but look at these Oregon license plates that I've noticed in the motel parking lot. The first two plates look normal. Now look at the two Oregon license plates. Notice CA on their plates. I think this is their way of identifying people who were originally from California. I did have the opportunity to speak with the owners of the two vehicles with the CA and their license plate. However, they could not explain the CA. And also, they would not admit that they were from California. So, what is really going on? Here is Warrior Woman California.
Thanks, dude. Episode 78 is about their stay on the beach at Beachfront RV Park in Brookings, Oregon. Brookings is the most southwest city in Oregon. Brookings is a city in Curry County, Oregon, United States, North America, Western Hemisphere on the planet Earth. Sorry, but there is not any video of Beachfront RV Park, however. Here are a few photographs. Brookings was named after John E. Brookings, president of the Brookings Lumber and Box Company, which founded the city in 1908. As of the 2010 census, the population of Brookings was 6,336. In 1906, the Brookings Timber Company hired William James Ward, a graduate in civil engineering and forestry, to come to the southern Oregon coast and survey its lumbering potential. After timber cruising the Chetco and Pistol River areas for several years, he recommended that the Brookings people begin extensive lumbering operations there and secure a town site for a mill and shipping center. While John E. Brookings was responsible for the founding of Brookings as a company town, it was his cousin, Robert S. Brookings, who was responsible for its actual design. The latter Brookings hired Bernard Maybeck, an architect based in San Francisco, who was later involved in the Panama Pacific International Exposition, to lay out the plat of the town site. During World War II, on September 9, 1942, Mount Emily near Brookings became the first site in the mainland United States, and the second in the Continental Territory after the bombing of Dutch Harbor to suffer aerial bombardment during World War II. A Japanese float plane piloted by Nobuo Fujita was launched from a submarine. The plane was armed with incendiary bombs on a mission to start massive fires in the dense forests of the Pacific Northwest. The attack caused only minor damage. Fujita would be invited back to Brookings in 1962, and he presented the town his family's 400-year-old samurai sword in friendship after the Japanese government was given assurances that he would not be tried as a war criminal. Brookings made him an honorary citizen several days before his death in 1997. Since the 1980s, Brookings has attracted retirees, mostly from California. Senior citizens constitute the majority of the town's population. It is also home for a number of people who commute to jobs in Del Norte County, California, at nearby Pelican Bay State Prison. There have been numerous proposals to annex the nearby unincorporated areas into Brookings. While most attempts failed over the years, one large area north of town owned by the U.S. Borax Corporation has succeeded. This development has the potential to add approximately 1,000 homes over the next 20 years, although developers expect many of them to be occupied only seasonally. The unincorporated community to the south of the Chetco River, while included in the Brookings urban growth boundary, has resisted annexation into the city of Brookings. Their development has occurred without annexation, as Harbor is independently served by independent fire, water, and sewer districts. The city of Brookings offers the only 24/7 police service in Curry County. Well now, what do you think about that? The current marketing brand for the community, through the Brookings Harbor Chamber of Commerce, is the Pulse of America's Wild Rivers Coast. America's Wild Rivers Coast is a regional marketing brand for Curry County, Oregon, and Del Norte County, California. The port of Brookings Harbor was damaged by tidal surges from a tsunami on March 11, 2011. The largest surge was estimated to be nearly 8 feet. Boats were damaged, sunk, set adrift, and swept out to sea after many docks were torn away and pilings broken. The tsunami was caused by the 9.0 Tohoku earthquake offshore of the east coast of Honshu Island, Japan. The damage was estimated at $25 to $30 million. Now, what do you think about that? All information is deemed to be dependable, however, there is no guarantee that it might be. Can you believe it? Now, what do you think about that? I think that I may have already seen the movie. Or was it on the news? Thanks for watching. Hawkeye's expectation is to show places and events that you may not normally get to see, hear, and how the COVID-19 pandemic may have affected them. Click on the round icon to subscribe and be notified when new episodes are available to be viewed. Share the video with others. Please click the like or the thumbs up icon. We need 1,000 subscribers, and they still has a long way to go. Hawkeye's videos are amateur, unscripted documentaries of Hawkeye and Jeannie's journey and discoveries. It is our recommendation that if you are new to Hawkeye's Tales and Trails, start with episode 1. Can you believe it? All right now, California, here we come. I am Califia, the host of Hawkeye's Tales and Trails.
California, here I come. Right back where I started from, where bowers of flowers bloom in the spring. Each morning at dawning, birdies sing and everything. A sun-kissed miss said, "Don't be late." That's why I can hardly wait. Open up that golden gate, California, here I come. California, here I come. Right back where I started from, where bowers of flowers bloom in the spring. Each morning at dawn and birdies singing everything. A sun-kissed miss and don't be late. That's why I can hardly wait. Open up that golden gate, California, here I come. California, here I come.
Good.
Do you have any type of fruit or plant?
Nothing homegrown.
Okay, what do you have from the grocery store? Any cherries?
We ate those.
No, we ate those. No berries. We have little tiny oranges.
Mandarins? Any plants with you?
No.
Thank you. Have a good day. Try to save.
You too. Live long and prosper.